choice of CLG. They will be starting things off on the terrorist side and looking to rinse and repeat from the first half performance of Overpass, but finish it off this time. Godsent have plenty of utility, whereas CLG just coming into this with the one smoke. That would appear pretty much standard, and actually not setting up necessarily for this retake just now. Godsent will have the two players locked onto the site instead.
It's a very default setup, actually, for this pistol round. It looks like CLG, they boosted a couple players up. Now they're going to stream over. Smoke from Cutler not used yet. He's going to go over towards door, so that'll be interesting to see where exactly he's going to put that. Probably out towards highway. But CLG, they make their presence known on the boost, and now they just fall off it. So they give it up, and now they're going to come over towards the safe bomb site. Hazed is out vents. That's the position they wanted to get him, and he's going to protect against rotations and lurks. Meanwhile, this is going to be an A hit, and here comes the smoke from Cutler.
As previously mentioned, though, Godsent do have two players to stand and face off against the incoming army of CLG. Pronax is there on quad, looking to try and tap through the smoke, see if he can get a headshot. Nothing just yet. About to be forced on. He's going to get completely overwhelmed. He had the teammate on twist, and, well, this is one reason why a lot of CT sides will set up for that retake, because getting mowed down that easily is going to make things so rough. Schneider comes through, had a chance at a couple of frags. Instead, he will fall down without getting any, leaving Pauf in a 1 versus 5. And he's not long for this world. Down he goes.
Yeah, CLG's very lucky. Schneider had no success there. If he was able to drop the bomb and maybe get those 2 kills who weren't looking at him, would have been huge. But either way, Pronax did everything it could. Drops a smoke at the entrance to that site just to try and slow things down, just to buy a couple extra seconds for Godsent to rotate over, but they still couldn't get there in time. Those Glocks flying through the smoke is just so hard to deal with those USPs at close range. So pistol round goes to CLG. JDM on the MAC-10, all rifles aside of that, which just means since they've spent so much money on the weaponry, a lot of times you see more SMGs and more nades. There's going to be a lot less utility. They have one more damaging nade on JDM. That's a Molotov, so no HEs to clear out spots. Only one Molotov to force players out of position. So if CLG runs into any kind of a stack, and right now it's mid for Godsent, could be very, very tough situation for them to deal with.
And very reminiscent of the strats we saw NIP using against Lounge Gaming, just playing passive, playing deep and safe, not giving anything away. Because of those assault rifles, you don't want to give any of those weapons across to the CTs with a bit of Kevlar behind it. So JDM, once the time comes, will be looking to farm towards that AWP once more. But Godsent very mid-centric stack. All 5 players actually around here with the Deagle and 5-7. So can they get this first tap? No, they can't. Pronax finally does actually land the headshot onto Hazed, which is going to put a spanner in the works.
That's also one of the rifles, which is now dropped, which is going to be salvaged by Lekro or Pauf. Meanwhile, this A hit has to have success. There's the Molotov used. Schneider with the pop flash running through. Does find one. That's a big kill. Fugly responds onto it, though, and a fast boost is going to give a quick flank.
It will, but Pronax is there again for another 1D. A 4 versus 2 has opened up now. Cutler, I should say, is there with the Galil. And Tarek's ran out of bullets, somehow still gets the frag down, but both these players are so low. Lekro's gonna be coming through with a 5-7, lands the double headshots, and Godsent bring it back. And not for the first time today, that first pistol gets cancelled.
Yeah, big mistake by CLG. They fumble the second round, and that is a disaster for a team that had the heartbreak in the first map. Losing an AK-47 initially, and the investment of that many rifles, once they get to the A site and they're bogged down and they haven't found an entry, they have no nades, they have no utility to use to get in. So Godsent still with a huge disadvantage with those pistols. I mean, they have the best possible scenario to try and find these kills, and it works out for them. Opening from Pauf here, headshot onto Cutler. And it is a investment into this round for CLG. They have Tech 9s, they have P250s, armor, utility. They're essentially fully bought out into this third round.
Hoping to steal back the AK-47 from Lekro. But so far, so good for Godsent. That being said, Pronax not entirely convincing with that MP9 spray. Very nearly loses his life, and the same could be said from Twist's perspective, but both of them stay alive, and that's all that counts as Godsent move through without losing a single player in round number 3.
Yeah, don't have to rebuy anything. They still have 2 SMGs on Pronax and Twist, so they can build up some of that bonus money this round. They're going against unarmored opponents. No plant as well for CLG. Everyone right around $2,000.
As you mentioned before as well, Moses, CLG investing into the last round. So it's just a full-on eco, apart from a P250.
And normally we see JDM doesn't buy anything in those kinds of rounds because he wants to have the AWP. He very much needs it. This time he did. So this first gun round for CLG is going to be all AK-47s. There's Twist, opening shot on a JDM. with that SMG, you can see the damage it does against unarmored opponents. Pronex as well, pushing up, finds one right through the smoke. Hazed falls.
And so, surely, will CLG in this round. Fugly going to try a cheeky Glock burst headshot, not going to happen. And for the second consecutive round, Godsent keep all their players alive, moving through. So that money is starting to build up nicely now for Godsent. Here comes a buy from CLG. Is Twist going to keep that MP9?
Oh yeah, why not? Go for the free upgrade to the AK-47 if you can pick one up, or salvage a teammate's M4. Perhaps get some bonus money. This could be a big economic boon in a situation where Godsent already has so much money built up for just 4 rounds into this match. It's a very, very crucial round, a critical round for CLG. They need to at least do damage. They can't just get wiped clean off the map. It looks like Godsent is doing a very creative boost. It looks like they want to get... There's 3 members. This is a lot of manpower actually devoted to this boost. They're going to have something come from this.
Maybe looking to bait Schneider and then have the return frag come in, but now they're going to be looking to boost. They derp it a little bit, fall down, going to go in for the seconds.
You know, new team. We'll allow these mistakes.
If CLG pushed a man through right now, he'd be so happy. It'd be 3 kills, but as it stands, Pronax is there for the boost. Lands himself a headshot, very crisply done in the end. Now CLG will be reeling. Only a smoke remains in the hands of JDM. A few smokes have landed. That affords Tarek to push through. All by his lonesome with the AK-47. Can he start to find the same form that saw him go monumental on overpass? Well, there's your answer. Lekro puts a bullet between his eyes and down he goes. 50 seconds now. CLG still have control of the bomb. Dropped just outside of A main, but the damage is being inflicted now on Cutler, and CLG just look absolutely lost at sea. Yeah,
they look flustered. They look like they've lost a little bit of focus here. Tarek not able to get anything done initially, and Cutler as well. Here's the player fallen, turns away, doesn't think he's going to peek, and eats a lot of damage for his trouble. All that's left for him here is to hit this A bomb site. They've got 1 smoke to use. There's a stack in the bomb site. Lekro, this is your chance. You had your stats a little bit. He gets the first one onto Cutler, spamming through the door, gets damage done. They should know Twist is still here. There's the SMG, and he gets both kills. A lot of bonus money built up, and there's a free AK-47, so this is a nightmare situation. CLG on the back foot early.
And Godsent sticking without an AWP, realizing a Tech 9 Kevlars may very well be coming in. That's where the AWP just does get a tiny bit dangerous. If you get rushed, the pop flashes and the charge after it. But actually CLG are going to keep it with a molly and a smoke. So Godsent of the opinion that if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Now the issue for CLG is, how do you manage to change things up to start to break through the defense of Godsent that has looked so strong so far? Well, not like that. Twist, easy free frag for him.
Yeah, Godsent is taking the fight to CLG at the moment, and they're crumbling under this pressure. They're gonna have to come up huge in this next gun round, and there's Schneider. He takes the fight. He sees the top of Hayes' head over the boost box. Hayes does have a deagle, so it's the most dangerous weapon he can be facing in this kind of a situation, but the nade puts him down to 20 HP and forces him to drop off. Meanwhile, Pauf, he's got some pressure put him over at the B bomb site, but he should be able to handle this.
I certainly think so. Smoke's down in garage now. Does afford CLG to try and wrap themselves around onto the B site for now. Hayes is the very low member over there on 20 health. Pauf just biding his time, waiting to strike. They're going to line up for him, and he knocks them down with complete ease. Pronax is there as well, and it now is all on the man with the Deagle Hayes. And he can't do anything from that situation. CLG once again concede, but they will have a buy-up now.
CLG's gotten 2 kills in the past 4 rounds. That's why you're seeing 3 members of Godsent over $11,000 in the bank, and also Pronax and Lekro. I mean, they're the ones that is lowest on money, but they're still around $6,000 and $7,000. This is going to be a very tough situation. CLG's got to string a lot of rounds together to break the economy of Godsent. They've built up plenty of money here. 5 Molotovs, 5 smokes to use. So much utility. This allows them to get very creative, and here you're going to see a door push. Lekro's got to be a little bit careful. He does get blinded initially, but they're not going to slow down. Flash in. JDM's looking for any aggression at A main, but it's going to be the door that does it. Oh, Fugly, 2 big kills for him. JDM misses the shot, but Tarek and Fugly are brought very, very low.
Well, fortunately for JDM, Fugly had already done the damage for him. Cutler has also came in with a kill, just lurking over, waiting for one of the CTs to push. And with that kill, and knowing that B is completely open, here comes the rotation. CLG looking good to at least pick this round up. Next order of business is to try and get rid of those weapons that's in the hands of Godsent now.
I mean, the CLG shouldn't chase here. They don't have the money to lose any weapons. Twist is going to try and make something happen. He can take this gamble because they have the money built up like we've talked about. Ooh, almost landing that shot through the smoke. But I doubt there's going to be any kind of dedication towards retaking this bomb site. Pronax is going to get caught out. He does get one kill. Tarek's here to respond on that one. And now Twist. He could make the decision to just try and get a couple kills just to force them to spend money in the next round, but Hayes is going to prevent that from happening. Nice shot from him. So CLG back on the board after winning the pistol, losing the following 5 rounds. That's a good start for them. They need to string it together.
Yep, Godsent now going for more ops in the hands of Schneider. He did a phenomenal job on overpass to bring them back to take the 1-0 lead. But CLG themselves have a solid buy. Curious on where both the ops spawn. Neither of them had fantastic spawns, so you're not going to see any early peaks or early aggression. Actually, Schneider's gone over to the A side, so maybe going to be looking through A main. JDM is laid in wait, though. Goes for that shot to Schneider, doesn't connect anything. No early frags down.
Yeah, Fugly's the one who's got to be careful over at door, and actually Tarek's going to come through the smoke, it looks like, waiting for a pop flash. He's turned around. Twist and Schneider defending this A site. JDM trying to peer over. Not actually going to go through. He's allowing JDM to boost over and look through the smoke. This is very clever, trying to see if he can get an opening pick, catch someone off guard. But still, CLG, they don't want to commit to this quite yet. Looking for an opening kill. Hayes and Cutler are still spread out on the other side of the map. Godsent, they have a read that it's going to be a B play. You can see Palf and Pronax. One's checkers, one vents, and Schneider's now here as well. But the A site's going to be under all the pressure. That Molotov might force that Twist out of the position, and JDM's not able to land the shot.
Yeah, throws a smoke, then actually relocates. A Twist is still alive and kicking. The flashbang keeps him alive for a little while longer, but it doesn't land onto Tarek. We're pushing around the back. He finally falls down, though. And Godsent have somewhat stopped the initial charge. The bomb dropped back in A main, needs to be retrieved before CLG go for that plant. But right now, it's too dangerous to even go across there. There's a Molotov down, burning the feet of Hayes. Goes up onto red container, gets the spray on point. Will take down Pronax. 30 seconds now to play with. And Godsent are looking to retake this site. No more utility in their hands. Going to be looking for the raw entry frags back onto the site. And there is Schneider onto JDM. That's the big scalp to take. Fugly now, the back of quad, tries his best, gets the spray. And suddenly it's all on Lekro. 2 different positions to check from. And Shawley's got no hope of clutching this. And down he goes. A solid hold from CLG. A much needed round.
CLG somehow claw themselves back into this. That was such good defense actually by Godsent. Even though they don't win the retake, all that utility that they had was spent to buy time. That bomb plant, even though the site was taken, it took so long to get the bomb actually planted. At that point, the remaining 4 members of Godsent were all there ready to go when the smoke clears. CLG had to battle for that one. But now they're on the verge. All that money is gone now for Godsent. They've lost 2 in a row. CLG has a chance here to finally break the money, alleviate some of the pressure, and give themselves a chance to even out the scoreline. Nate comes out, aggression into A main, but Palf and Twist find 2 opening kills. That's a disaster.
Just when you started to think that maybe Godsent's economy was going the way of the dodo, well, there you go. 2 kills, trying to re-establish themselves here on Cache. Although don't write CLG off just yet. They still have JDM in play with Fugly and Haste. We know they can get those picks. Palf and Twist both find themselves sub 50 health. So unlikely, but not impossible for CLG to get something out of this round still. And of course, if they do take a few weapons down here, Moses, that itself is going to be valuable.
Right, even if they lose this round, the saving grace is if they get 2 to 3 kills, force some rebuys, but it's not looking likely. Lekro with a nice shot. That's from highway box. Fugly's trying to get into vents. All the meanwhile, Pronax has been boosted up. So JDM and Hayes, I doubt they even expect this whatsoever. It's going to be so difficult for them coming over towards this B site. They have 2 smokes and a Molotov and a couple flashbangs to use. But Pronax is in that insurance position where he can just drop out at any moment and end the dreams. As soon as Palf spots someone, Pronax is going to know exactly what's coming.
And with Twist scurrying his way around the back of Garage, it's pretty much a certainty at this point that B is going to be the site of choice from CLG. Palf nearly still gets caught out, though. 2 separate situations. What is going on? JDM's got himself 2 kills. That's going to be at least the bomb plant in Haste as well. How, Godsent, are you letting this one get so close? And it could get a whole lot worse as Twist is going to be coming around the side. He has spotted himself. JDM, who gets the 3rd kill. And now the clutch has gone from being unlikely to almost a formality unless Lekro can pull off a miraculous play. He's in the upper, I should say, in heaven. And he gets picked off from JDM, who gets a 4-man. What is going on from Godsent? They just got completely battered in a round they should never lose.
What an insane round from JDM. 4 kills for him. The smallest of mistakes. Maybe not even a mistake, just timing of Palf in the bomb site. peering at each side, trying to find the intel for Pronax. Hayes just, fortunately, finds the right timing to get across over towards Headshot when Palf doesn't see him, and he's able to open up that bomb site, and then JDM does all the work from there. Bomb gets planted, and that all rings true. So there it is, the save for Godsent. They're on pistols, no armor. Fugly's got to be careful, though. He has no idea Schneider is here.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Don't do it, Schneider.
Do it.
You can't do this, Schneider. No! Get shanked, bro, between the shoulder blades. And that is money in the bank. And it's gone a whole lot worse for CLG after pulling off such a sick clutch. They now could be conceding one themselves. Tarek's on 12 HP. He's there for the frag, but with a CZ in the hands of Pronax and an AWP in the hands of Palf, this is so doable now from Godsent's perspective, and it just got a whole lot better. Palf comes in with a kill onto Tarek. Cutler's going to be trying to use that smoke to his advantage. Worried about the boost up on top of the red container. Double spray from CLG. Keep themselves in round 10 somehow, some way.
Cutler consistently bails CLG at a very tough rounds, and that's a huge 1-2 to win, but you can see they're not even celebrating at this point. That's a relief. And again, in this anti-eco, I mean, that's nasty from Schneider. That'll put you on tilt pretty quick. But nice shots from Cutler. But again, I mean, even in that 2-on-2, Cutler and Tarek smokes, Molotovs, flashbangs, they don't use a lot of that utility. That's the thing. CLG almost loses another anti-eco after winning pistol. They lost one. There, again, just misuse of utility as they enter into bomb sites gives these pistols a chance to whittle down the force.
Godsent can take positives out of that last round. The fact they very nearly took down a full-on buy from CLG with by and large pistols. Yeah, it's going to give them some confidence. And speaking of confident plays, Pronax pushing straight through Garage, fearing no man. Electro switches weapons at the worst possible moment, and he's punished from Haste, dispatched with Haste, who comes in for a second. He's been getting some massive entry frags so far on Cache D's side. Very well played indeed, and mostly down to him with the third frag now. Pronax all that remains. CLG looking to take the lead. And indeed they will. Hayes starts the round off, finishes it off as well. 4 kills for him.
CLG weathered the early storm, and now you can see they're starting to gain a little bit of momentum. They're starting to get back into it, get rolling. Full losing bonus is built up for Godsent, and they're going to force buy into this round. So what I expected them to do, to be completely honest, because it works so well in Overpass, is that double op setup. Save one more round, have 2 AWPs. You could put them in each of the bomb site. Stack 3 members in middle, or you can, I mean, you could switch that up as well, but 2 ops was really, really nice for their defense on Overpass, so this time not going for it. It's going to be Schneider with an M4, but Palf is only on a 5-7, and they're already running low on utility.
And therein lays the issue. However, that is going to go some way to stopping that from being an issue in the first place, as Pronax can continue to get these opening picks. That grenade has his name written all over it, though. Lands by his feet. And Pronax goes down, so pretty important avenging frag from Tarek.
Yeah, he's trying to, I mean, there was a Molotov behind him. He couldn't retreat immediately. He was trying to time that so he could get away. Meanwhile, Tarek playing this very passively. That allows the M4 to get salvaged. Door is closed behind him. 3 members of CLG in mid. There is Lekro boosted up in vents. He's going to be the one trying to spot this out, and he does. And Hayes has a Molotov in his hand. Standing in it, Lekro takes the fight, wins against Cutler. Barely takes any damage. That's a huge find, and there's Schneider. One more for him. The mid pressure has been stopped by Godsent. Look at the mobility. They've completely left the A bomb site. I think it's Tarek positioned to get a kill, but he can't do it from long range, and it's swiftly down to just JDM.
And just when you think that CLG are finally going to start to put some daylight between themselves and Godsent, they trip over their own shoelaces and faceplant. It is rough, to say the least. JDM misses his shot. Not going to get punished just yet. He's going to get pushed from the right-hand side, though, and that is going to be Twist. Misses another shot there. Would have been a bit disappointed he didn't pick up both of those kills, but still, it will go to 6-6.
And there's an AWP over towards Godsent as well, so they can pass that on to Schneider, who's been so effective with it. Another op comes out for JDM. This might be the last buy that CLG has in them if they can't win this round. All tied up at 6-6, and previously when we've seen CLG play this map, I mean, you think back towards the major that just occurred against Liquid, it was a very T-sided affair. It was the CT side that was very, very weak for CLG, so it could be a little bit scary moving forward.
Half looking for the close angle. Molotov a bit too deep to bother him just yet, so he's going to stay up there. Flashbang doesn't quite connect either, so he's in prime position to strike if CLG don't check that position. Meanwhile, they're trying to work on through Squeaky, through the blue doors. JDM trying to catch a glimmer, a glimpse of the player in highway so we can convert that into the kill, but he's going to get smoked out and flashed as well. Oh, Pronax, if you walk in, that is a trap. You are going to die. JDM picks up the kill. Oh, he very nearly gets them lined up, but it's actually JDM who gets the second one as well. That must have been a no-scope That is ridiculous. And now Godsent will be reeling with just 3 players remaining on the battlefield.
Yeah, they're rotating over. The bomb's not planted, so they still have time to try and find an opportunity to retake the site. Schneider has an AWP. That's in mid at highway, peering into the site. He's trying, or no, he has a M4. So it's Twist with the AWP, excuse me. But trying to find an early pick to see if they can alleviate some of these members, and they find 2 of them very quickly. That's going to mean the retake is on. They were considering the save, but now that they've got 2, they can pressure this a little bit more.
They certainly can. They've brought back the manpower as well. Another trade goes out, albeit... Oh my goodness, Schneider through the smoke, lands the second frag. I was about to say, he's so close to death. And now it's on Fugly. He's being tagged left, right, and center, and Godsent come back from a 5v3. Just clutches left, right, and center, and take the lead once more.
CLG, they're tripping over their own feet here. There's too many rounds. They've had massive advantages where they're giving them up, and not only that, but even winning 5, you got to think back to that anti-eco that they almost lost, where they came down to a 1-on-2, so they lose a lot of money there, and now they're going to force buy into this, but it's not a full devotion of their entire economy, but you can see AK-47 on Fugly, Armor, and Tech 9s on 3 members. So they are heavily invested. It's only JDM, like we said. He does this often. He wants the AWP, so he's going to keep a lighter pistol just to try and build up the money, and this is looking like it's going to be a straight-up execute. Meanwhile, Fugly's spotting for a B push. He's got the only rifle. He's on the other side of the map, and he spots 2 to 3 pushing, so that might spur CLG forward, but the rotation is already on. This is another good read by Godsent.
It really is, and they're going up into upper and also highway, so it's a very multi-layered defense from Godsent at this point. Twist is the first to come in. There's second from him as well, getting the nade, then the AWP frags. JDM answers back with his pistol, but then gets picked off and the bomb dropped in the middle of the site. Cutler's going to try and answer back in the only way he knows how, and that's ruthless aggression, but he also will find himself picked off, and, well, Godsent, what a hold that ends up being. It was looking a bit sketchy for them for a few seconds there. Yeah,
CLG really, really needed that plant. You can see that this is the last round of the half, so they have to buy here. Hayes has the healthiest money, but there's going to be no AWP out. And a couple members are going to be stuck on pistols just so they can have utility. 3 Tech 9s into this round, 2 AK-47s on Tarek and Hayes. And they've got to come for something. Last round, Fugly had it, but he didn't get into the action until the round was well over already. All 5 members for CLG this time towards the A bomb site, again lining up for an execution. Twist is going to be close to aggression here. Peering into A main, and Tarek's got to be careful. Pop flash comes out, Twist looks away, but he's still completely blind. I don't think Tarek knows he's here quite yet, but that's a missed shot from Twist.
And there's nowhere for him to go, so he had to bounce out with the frag. And that's exactly what happens.
Look at the rotation, though. All of Godsent, they've rotated over towards the A bomb site. Just Tarek causes a massive distraction, even without getting a kill. The smokes as well. Pronex did fall, but CLG's now on this B bomb site. They don't have any smokes, they don't have any Molotovs, so JDM just barely makes the cross with the bomb. This is a huge play from CLG.
Rotation from Godsent ends up hurting them more, but they do have the utility to come back on the site with 2 more incendiaries to use. Can throw them around headshot on the site. They'll drop the 2 players. There's a smoke down for now, so they may wait to pull the trigger until that has dissipated. Hazed on headshot. Cutler just below heaven. Good setup from CLG, but this is where the utility needs to be used perfectly from Godsent if they can draw out these positions out into the open. There's the first one. Landing too deep on triple box at the back. And now Hayes from headshot has made it work for him. Pauf comes in, he gets 2, he gets traded out as well. It's going to be another 2v2 scenario. The bomb is ticking down as well, though, so Godsent have to get a move on. All on Cutler now to 1v1, and he gets it for himself again. CLG get the clutch with the worst weaponry and take us to 8-7.
Overall, though, Godsent got a lot more than they probably should have in this half. They won the second round eco, they won another eco round later in the half, and they also won a 3-on-5. Massive mistakes from CLG throughout that half has plagued them. This should be a big lead for them again. Much like the first map, they should have at least 10 or 11 rounds in this half.
Yeah, and seeing the 2 teams there, neither of them look particularly happy with this result, because it could have been a whole lot better for either of them.
Right. You got to think this last round as well. Godsent, obviously, you don't want to lose the half on being faked out that much. So that was a good execution. That was CLG just building off of the strategy that they just ran. It was masked as the same exact thing, and they just rotated all the way around towards B, so it worked perfectly. They couldn't have known it, but the previous round, the reason why there was that massive rotation is because it was such a heavy B stack, and there was actually a push. So once they see that no one's there, they just booked it over towards the A site. Either way, Godsent, they get fooled in the next one by the same thing.
Well, one thing's for sure, that was a very entertaining first half of Cache with so many crazy clutches, 5v3s, 2v4s.
And no real Herculean individual efforts as well. The CLG side, I mean, top to bottom, it's all between 4 frags. Highest is 11, lowest is 7. Same with the Godsent side. Highest is 13, lowest is 9 in terms of frags. So not too much disparity between these players.
Looking as though Godsent are just going to throw over 4 decoys over towards A and then just charge straight up mid. And so far, it has paid out for them as Pronax connects the first headshot. Palf with the second. CLG go looking, and they find out information, but it's at great cost.
And it's a huge fake all of a sudden. This is a good mid-round call. All of a sudden, the rotation from CLG is towards that B bomb site. There's no one at A. Bomb's going to get planted for free. It's going to have to be a retake. JDM has a smoke and a defuse kit, but Schneider with this advanced position is just going to end everything. 2, 3 kills for him. Closes that out. And Godsent somehow, the Death talked about Cache being a weaker map from them. It's not looking like it so far. They have a huge advantage in this.
Well, the thing is that Palf and Twist, if memory serves me correctly, have played under teams like Publicla before, which are another Swedish org. And they typically had pretty decent results on Cache, but they all struggled from the same issue, and that was with their T-half. So I do wonder if that's going to start to come in. But when you have someone like Pronax behind you to guide your arm, obviously it's going to be a massive benefit to you and your team.
And here's the thing again, it's a second round buy for CLG. They have the armor, they have the pistols. A little bit of damage done to Pronax. JDM also investing into this round, so we're not going to see an AWP into the 4th, at least for CLG. And right now, Godsent has massive control of mid. Pronax is going to come in towards connector. He's going to get that kill onto Hayes. And no intel being gathered at this A bomb site because of that smoke.
5-7's the order of the day for CLG, but can't do a great deal against the MAC-10. Rampage from Twist. The UMP comes in as well. It's looking good for Godsent to go 3 rounds ahead. They do lose 3 weapons in the process, though, so it is a little bit costly, but this is their chance to get that farm back again in their favor.
Yeah, they did lose an AK-47 as well, so that's a little bit of a bummer. But no big deal, because that was a big investment for CLG. They didn't really get too much out of it. And this is the difference between the second round between Godsent and CLG on this Terra side, is Godsent with all these, the MAC-10s, the UMPs, they were able to have so much utility in that round. The smoke denies information to CLG, flashbangs, they had some nades they could use to clear out spots, but they were just able to bully with the SMGs that have that high mobility. Don't have to stop to use those weapons, doesn't give the pistols a good shot. And they just steamroll over CLG. Now Fugly's gonna be the first one to make contact. Twist drops him, bonus money building up.
Building up nicely for Twist. The rest of Godsent now trying to push through. Meanwhile, Palf is watching the flank to try and pick up any pesky CTs, any pesky CLG members who try and lurk around the back and get their flank on. Instead, that first kill has gone unavenged from CLG as Godsent look to push in. Now Palf is hungry for some kills over on the B site. He'll be checking every single corner. And he gets tased from Tarek. So we've seen a knife, we've seen a Zeus kill.
Tarek loves the Zeus. He gets that frequently, but it looks cool, but it's not going to do too much in the long run. Twist is able to pretty much destroy this defense. Tarek and Hayes trying to rotate over. Cutler trying to wheel around the smoke to outplay Lekro, but that's not going to happen. So 11-7. CLG, they've got to make a big comeback here, and they've got to start now. No op on JDM. That's going to be the biggest handicap for him. They always want to have that weapon. He's going to be on the M4.
There's the Zeus kill again. I guess Palf can just cry into his $100 bills. They're so rich right now, Godsent.
Schneider's like, don't worry, I got the knife kill in the first half. we one-upped him there.
And don't worry, we're 4 rounds ahead. And if CLG lose this round, they are absolutely boned. It's not going to look good for them. A centric play from Godsent. They do have 2 SMGs in their hands, but there's only 1 head armor on CLG, so they are very vulnerable to the headshots, even from the SMGs at this point. And there's going to be an all-out charge from Godsent, who are going right for the jugular. They have got the best of this trade thus far, and it's just got a whole lot better from Twist. Actually, I say that, I thought he had that kill, but I spoke too soon. Hayes actually came out on top there, 3-on-3.
Oh, he mentioned Twist and the lack of head armor. That MAC-10 doing work in that round. 2 kills for him on the entry, and he's not able to get a third, but he brings him very, very low. This has to be a retake from CLG. They only have 1 kit, that's on JDM, and now down to just 2 flashbangs.
Can they do it? Oh, it's a poor flash from Palf. Bounces off the wall instead of through out onto the site. That really could be costly, actually. 2 players on A main. The bomb is planted for them at least, and Schneider steps up tall, delivers 1 kill. That's all he's going to get from this confrontation. There is a defuse on JDM. The spray is in from Pronax, and it's looking good now from Godsent. And yep, Tarek is going to tap out of this round. He's just going to back away. This bomb could get a kill onto one of the terrorist members. Actually takes them both out, which is painful. But again, they win the round. That's all they care about, and they have more than enough funds to replenish the lost weapons.
They're going to be fine with that. Fast tactic towards the A bomb site. Catches CLG with a lot of mid presence, trying to have mid control, and Godsent goes right around it. With Cutler falling so quickly, he does get one kill, but the plant is wide. It's for A main. So they had just ridiculous post-plant positioning, especially considering CLG had no nades to use. There was really no way that CLG could have won that round with a member on A main on each side of it for that plant out in the open. Now, boosted up. Tarek finds the opening kill. He's got to get more, though. He's the only rifle on that side, but it's Hayes with the CZ who finds one. So 5-on-3 now. CLG has to get back into this.
We've seen them come back from these kind of situations before when they're completely outpowered in terms of weaponry. We know that they have it in their locker. And it's a much-needed round to pick up for themselves. You lose this, you're almost into last chance saloon with the next buy. But still 3 AKs with plenty of grenades behind them. The bomb is under control from Godsent, so it's not out in some horrific position.
I like this right now from CLG because you can see Godsent spread out across the map, trying to look and see if anyone try to take advantage of some of these losses and find a gap in the defense to slip forward. Pronax is clearing out close to the B bomb site at the moment, making his presence known. You can see Tarek on the mini-map starting to rotate over. Schneider clearing out mid with the bomb leaning towards the B site. I imagine with 45 seconds left, this is going to be a mid to B split or just all 3 members back towards B. Could just be Palfin, Pronax trying to make this into the site with Schneider lurking in mid. And CLG starting to get antsy. JDM and Cutler started to rotate, but were called off.
Herein lays the issue, though. If Godsent continue to let the time tick down, they're going to have to charge into a site. Maybe if they don't check the one corner, that can prove to be the final detrimental blow. As Schneider pushes through vents, finds himself hazed, and with that CZ, picks up the kill. Now Pronax has a lot of work to do. He's going to have to get a move on as well. His teammate is coming through vents, who needs to clear a path for Pau if they want any chance at pulling this one off. 14 seconds now. Hayes is the first man to fall, but Fugly's on the back of the site. Smoke is going to lock off Tarek, who looks to just push straight through, playing aggressively, knowing that time is ticking against the terrorists, and CLG have picked it up. And in style at that, weapons traded across. They only lose Hayes.
That's a huge round for CLG to win, especially no armor invested. That was just a miracle round, and with time running out, Godsent did not have any chance to really clear positions out in that bomb site. So under 10 seconds and just perfect positioning from CLG there in that B site. And actually, this is a very conservative buy from Godsent. They could have force bought and had a couple rifles, but they know with the 4-round lead at the moment, they just want to have their AK-47s, have an AWP. Schneider's been dominant with it. So just waiting for the moment until they can build up some money and have a much higher percentage chance at winning a round.
Yeah, just having that patience, the clarity of mind. Pronax is saying, okay, boys, let's tap out of this one. We've got plenty of time. And JDM is going to silence Palf momentarily in round 21.
Yeah, Palf playing chicken a little bit, trying to do shoulder peeks repeatedly, see if he could bait out the shot, and JDM not falling for it, pulling the trigger at the right moment. So good poise from JDM. And still, there's one smoke on Twist. He's over towards the A site. This might end up being an execute with just a smoke at Highway. Especially against an AWP, those Deagles really, really outmatched and trying to go for some kind of a pick.
Solid setup from CLG right now, have all their bases covered. Tarek playing aggressively over on the B side, making sure that the B push is not imminent. And with these flashes and smokes, they're going to know, but Twist just runs out, one-taps JDM. Fugly at least answers back straight afterwards, and now repositions, and it's going to be another headshot, this time from Lecro. Godsent have managed to not only get kills, but get the bomb planted as well in the next couple of seconds. And CLG, after picking up a miraculous round themselves with pistols and the 1M4, could very well concede this. And Sentry's going to go onto quad. That's going to force out Twist, who looks to bounce out with a vengeance with the AWP. Misses it on the first time of asking. Looks for it in the second one. Did actually tag that and finishes off with Tarek. The double tap is real. Hayes now going to be trying to work off E-Box. Positions are decent from Godsent. The weapons not so much in this kind of situation, but Twist has connected, and Godsent return the favor on CLG and take the 5-round lead once more.
Yeah, Twist living up to his name there. Deagle outmatched be damned. That was a sick shot on JDM, deletes him out of the server, and then just some sick shots after that to get the final 2 kills. That is an insane round for them to win. Nothing even really CLG did wrong there. It's just how do you combat that kind of aim at a Twist, that kind of performance.
And then Lecro also drive-buying on the side afterwards. Just those Deagles, man, they are so brutal. I'm almost counting Godsent out of that round. We're like, okay, they're being patient, they're going to save, and then there you go. CLG completely decimated. Force buy-in from them, trying to salvage this as soon as possible. this is going to weaken them so bad into the next round, Moses. This could effectively be them on the brink of defeat.
No, it is them on the brink of defeat. They have investment into this round. They've bought out completely. They lose this, and that's a good start from Twist. Finds the opening kill, and he gets a second one through the smoke. That is sick stuff from Twist. He's come really alive here in this second round, or in this these past 2 rounds. He's at 25 and 10. So essentially this second half, he's just been dominating.
Absolutely ridiculous plays from Godsent. CLG still have themselves 2 and 4 as the 5-7 from Tarek. The bomb still slap bang in the middle of the map, but now starting to go towards the B side, which is where Tarek is laid. And wait, with the 5-7 at close range, it is deadly. But you expect one of Godsent at least to check this position. And they've now spotted it. Tarek gets dispatched, and there you go, CLG. I mean, they may very well just want to save from this point. Just try and keep these M4s in play.
They haven't done a single point of damage in this round. There's no reason for them to go for it. I'm not even sure if I've seen any of the CLG members shoot. This has just been dominant in this round from Godsent.
Yeah, Twist with 2 opening picks from the AWP, 1 through smoke. They haven't had a chance to really do anything here. So yeah, save. Try and get a decent buy next round. See if you can start to turn this back in your favor. But my goodness, Moses. The whole desk predicted a 2-0. I thought, actually no, FiFlaren said 2-1, in fairness, and I agreed with him, but Godsent have proved us all wrong.
Yeah, we're not doing too well in predictions here on the desk at the moment, myself included. Yeah, this has been actually an insane event for some of these, for some of the teams. Dignitas and Mouse Sports getting back into it. Godsent now showing a really, really good level early on. This is a match, though. I mean, to be fair, oh, that's a nice, they're going to try and clean out these guns. Pronex does get Fugly. Cutler's left, and he survives just barely. 15 HP for him. But he has an M4 into this round, and that's about all they've got. Everyone else is stuck right around $2,000, and you almost feel they have to go for it down this much. They're gonna Cutler drops a FAMAS over to Fugly. It's gonna be all pistols on JDM, Tarek, and Hayes. And very light on utility. They have some kits to work with. They've got 3 of them, but still. Godsent with the way they've been playing, very methodical, very strategic, just slow-paced, grinding these rounds out, letting CLG make the mistakes. That's the big story of this game so far. The amount of mistakes we've seen CLG make. I mean, you're not going to beat many teams like that. And Godsent, you can see that. I mean, this leadership that Pronex has them playing very, very well.
Yeah, so many unforced errors, I would say, as well, from CLG. Just missing sprays, missing shots. You know, JDM, I said before, at the end of the last map, he started to go off the boil a little bit. I was worried on a map like Cache with AWPs, you need to make those count. Any chance you get.
He's been struggling to even get one in his hands at the current moment. They've lost 3 anti-ecos in this, so Godsent with some nice shots, but definitely plenty of mistakes on CLG side to give them the opportunities. There's a boost right now on the A-bomb site. Cutler's on top. He's got to hit these shots. Oh. It's not going to happen. Twist, of course it's Twist. Continues to be a thorn in the side of CLG.
He's having a monster performance here so far, Twist. And the woes continue for CLG. They're holding the close angles with the pistols. Molly forces JDM out into the open and pow from highway, as there was no mid-control whatsoever from CLG after the previous casualties. Will concede yet more frags, and now it's all on to Fugly. This effectively could be a 2-for-1 round, and 15-8 is the score. Godsent have 7 match points now over CLG. Their economy is completely destroyed.
And how crushing this has to be. Yesterday, just on the verge of beating Na'Vi, losing it overtime here on that first map. That massive comeback by Godsent, and now just a dominant Cache performance out of Godsent, which, I mean, we talked about this. This is a new roster being put together. They talked about it in the video as well. They still weren't sure how they wanted to play, and that might be why you're seeing them just kind of spread out and be very, very slow and just do very standard structured things, because they don't want to get too complex, but it's working perfectly.
It also helps that Twist has had a godlike performance as well, 27 and 11.
Yeah,
these entry frags have been unplayable. Close angle from Hayes, but there's just strength in numbers. What can you do when 3 separate players push you from 3 separate locations? Just pretty much tap out. Tarek is there with the 5-7, looking to add another one to his belt, and indeed he will. So the notches are starting to build up. He has to relocate to the back of the site, and in doing so, on a very low health, he will end up falling. Twist waits for the rotation around the back from Cutler. Puts him down. And CLG now, I mean, they're on life support. It's not looking good. There's JDM though. 5-7 comes in, looking for the second frag. The bomb has been dropped as well. And now Twist is all that remains. That grenade is going to take out JDM though. Lands right underneath his legs. A 1 versus 1. The bomb is out on the B side, so Twist has to go across. But he has been the MVP of this map at least. Fugly with the 5-7. Still not entirely sure where Twist is. He could have cross to the bomb in this point, but he has now just given his position away. Twist still peering up into upper. Meanwhile, Fugly looks, trying to bait out some of these shots. If he lands this headshot, Fugly, it would be a complete miracle. Faking the bomb is Twist. That's going to force Fugly to come from the CT side. Bomb now getting planted. Fugly's going to be close here. He's going to go right in for the jugular, and there's the one tap from Twist. CLG have been destroyed 2-0.
Fitting that Twist ends it. What a performance from him, and he propels Godsent into the quarterfinals. CLG gets taken out. A very close first map. The second one, not so much. They could never get into that second half. Constantly reset, constantly hassled. See there, it's just a little bit crushing. They had to have felt like they had this at certain moments. But Godsent, a very new team. What an appearance from them in this.
On home soil,